Everybody come on in, come on in, come on in. Double tap them screens as you come in. Feel free to sub to the channel. Y'all come on in. Give everybody a few minutes to build up in the channel. This is Daniel with Papa's Pew Pews coming to you live from Waynesville, Georgia. Remembering an icon dead at 31 due to an assassin's bullet, Mr. Charlie Kirk gave his life speaking on what he believed in. You guys come on in, subscribe to the channel, drop some comments. Appreciate that like. Don't Call Me Radio, what is up, sir? I just threw up a couple small things tonight. Y'all come on in, come on in, come on in, join the chat. We'll get started in just a few minutes. One, it is 9/11. Do you remember where you were that day? Two, remembering Charlie Kirk. That's the topic of tonight's discussion. Go tell me I need my stack cakes. Come on in. Welcome to the chat, guys. I asked you to go check out the content, sub to the channel if you like two-way conversations. If you like a place to hang out and chill, just have a good time, pull up a chair, grab your favorite beverage, jump on in. I'll get started in just a second. Let a few more people bounce up in here. Good to see you, radio. This morning's live's got a little hype. I got a little passionate about what I was talking about. I'm going to try to keep it a little calmer tonight, if I can. But it's a damn shame we're living in a time to where speaking your opinion can get you erased from this earth. But the man did and lived and died by what he believed in. And my prayers go out tonight to the Kirk family. Like I said earlier, a wife lost her husband, a daughter lost her child, and America lost a voice. But it didn't silence us. We're just going to get louder and prouder. Us living in a society where we glorify evil and turn good into evil. And that's a shame. We got to change it, guys. We got to get back to agreeing that we can disagree. You don't have to like what I like. I don't have to like what you like. Hell, we don't even got to like each other. We can go our separate ways and live our lives. I shouldn't hate you because you're different. Double tap them screens, go check out the content, sub to the channel. More people will be bouncing here in a few minutes. I'm just kind of waiting until they come in, and then I'll get started with what I have to say. I've only been live a few minutes, Liz. Only been live a few minutes. 16 people in the chat. I do appreciate everybody who's stopping in tonight. You see what my title is. Um, One, remembering 9/11. Also, remembering Charlie Kirk. Just kind of paying some respects tonight, showing some love from the 2A community. The pink pistol is the Taurus TCP 380. The two pink 22 rifles are the Cricket 22 single actions I bought for my daughters, oh shoot, over 20 years ago to teach them how to shoot. And the black one is the Diamondback 380. With my topic that I chose, I just chose to put something smaller on the screen tonight. I didn't want to put no snipers up. I didn't want to put no AR style rifles up. I didn't want to put anything big up. I just wanted to kind of have a topic tonight, and a talk about the state of America and some changes that need to happen. Appreciate that like. Y'all double tap that screen. Like that thumbs up button up. Drop some comments. Go check out the content. Sub to the channel. We'll get started in just a minute, guys. Candy cane. I told y'all. I told y'all on the live what I was fixing to do. Told y'all I was gonna put a bunch of pink ass guns on the screen. All cause the dude kept commenting on J Dog stuff earlier. So I said I got something for him. I'm gonna put a bunch of pink guns up. Yeah, it is hard. It's hard to control your feelings. Now, Wick heard some of my stuff this morning, and I'm going to get into this topic, and we joking around and stuff, but I'm going to get into the topic, and I'm going to go back to where I was this morning, and I'm going to say what I'm going to say, and if it makes people mad, so be it. If I hurt your little sensitive booty holes, I don't care. You can scroll up, scroll out, block it. I don't give a damn what you do. You can sub to the channel, not sub to the channel, because I'm going to use my voice in the same way in his honor. I'm going to talk to people. We can have a conversation. We can have a debate. Doesn't matter to me. But I won't be silenced on what I've got to say. One, we're remembering 9/11 today. Do you remember where you were? And I said this morning. The biggest thing that stuck out that day when everybody was coming out onto the streets and the ash and soot was everywhere. I remember no matter what you were, no matter what race you were, no matter what country you were from, that day everybody was the same. They looked the same. They were all gray, covered in ash, covered in soot. That day they were all Americans and they stood together in shock and fear and horror and anger. That day everybody was on one accord. And it's sad that it takes a tragedy to put us there. And now here we are. Yesterday, an icon, a voice was ripped away from us at 31 years old, far too soon. A wife lost her husband, a child lost her father, and America lost a voice. All because what? Somebody didn't agree with what he had to say. Somebody thought they'd take it in their own hands, and evil definitely prevailed at that moment. Now, did it stop us? No. Did it silence us? No. As I've heard all the tributes today, as I've heard all the gun bros and channels and all the people talking about Charlie Kirk, his voice is going to carry on even louder and stronger than it ever was. The last thing I saw Pink was Mace's mom. So, yeah, that's what this live is going to be about tonight, guys. And if you don't like it, go ahead and scroll up. You might even hear some Bible verses. You might hear a chapter out of John 15. Matter of fact, greater love hath no man that he lay down his life for his friends. And then it goes down a couple more verses and it says, you didn't choose me, I chose you. and I chose you to go forth and bear fruit. And it also goes down a little farther and says, look, they hated me, they're going to hate you. Charlie Kirk lived by that. He was called. He was doing what he was called to do, and he gave his life doing it. Cheyenne, what's up? Candy, you a nut. But you know what, though? Even in all this, we can still laugh. We still having a good time. And the other side's going to hate that. Barbie girl in a Barbie world. J Dog. Threw them pink guns up on the screen. I knew that'd get some people real quick. And I see already the politicians are having a ball. The stories are already starting to roll. The conspiracies are already starting to roll in. The fingers are already starting to be pointed. Knew all this was going to happen. Before I went live, I've kind of been scrolling through the news and watching it. Now they got an image supposedly of the person. All these damn cameras, you can't go 10 miles over anywhere without them sending you a picture in the mail saying they caught you doing this, that, and the other, but they can't find. Never mind. Ah, good old alphabet boys. Oh, you don't have to make a conspiracy theory up. There's enough of them to go around. Good afternoon, Raging Bullets. How are you, brother? It is good to see each and every one of y'all in the live tonight. Cheyenne, how are you? Feel free to double tap them screens. Like that thumbs up button up, guys. Go check out the content. Sub to the channel. Go check out J Dog. Go check out all the brothers down here commenting. No, it is not a pink Ruger. That is a pink Taurus TCP. Black Diamondback 380. And two pink Cricket 22 single shot. Youth editions. And together we stand, and together we're gonna stand. One nation, under God, indivisible. Right now, we're more divided than we've ever been, and we got to get away from that. And I went on that rant this morning, and I'm trying not to go back there. We need to stop trusting these old crusty ass politicians to make choices on what they think is best for us. Ain't none of them rich bastards ever known what it's like to wonder where your next meal is going to come from. Ain't none of them rich bastards ever wondered what it's like and how you're going to pay your electric bill the next day, how you're going to pay your car insurance, how you're going to get gas money to go where you got to go, if you're going to have a job tomorrow. Ain't none of them ever lived that life. So how the hell are they up there making decisions on what they think is best for us? And we need to start getting some of these crusty ass bastards out of there. Them geriatric, geritol eating son of a bitches, and get them out of there and put some young blood in there that knows what the hell it's like to be us. Recliner, and you know what? You have the right to think that. And I 100% support that. You didn't support his views, but he had a wife and a kid. May he rest in peace. You know, and that's the point. We got to get back to where we can agree to disagree. We don't have to agree on everything. We're individuals. We're not going to agree on everything. We're not supposed to be this cookie cutter society where everybody thinks alike. We're different. That's what made America so good. Is it's a blend of everything. It's a blend of all kind of ideas that came together with an idea, and we created a constitutional republic, not a democracy, a constitutional republic. What's up, boy, Mar? I don't know how you say the first name. Huh? Deshaun Savage, huh? What's going on? Ain't much, guys. We just kind of having a conversation. First Amendment, exactly. Second Amendment, Third Amendment, Fourth Amendment, so on and so forth. What is that rifle thing in the bullets? No, that's a. You talking about on the far right side? That is a tank made up with old rifle casings that I bought at a truck stop. What's up, Predator Punisher? Y'all like my pankies? My paint guns. Yeah, the flashlight. Yeah, it's a old. It came out of my stepdad's trunk he had from Vietnam, along with the Zippo there, with all the little places he was at in Vietnam. It's a little map on it. Um, when he passed away, I got a few of his items. Oh yeah, changes need to be made, guys. You know, um, you talk about people on your right, people on your left. I'm more of, I would guess you'd put me somewhere around a libertarian. I think less government is better. I think we put far too much trust in them, and everything they touch, they turn to shit. They have the opposite of the Midas touch. They overcomplicate everything, they overthink everything, and they screw it up. Yep, the Cricket 22s. That's what I said. Step aside and let us real people who live everyday life out here, let us handle some things. Go back to making examples out of these people who do these disgusting, vile things. And I've toned it down a lot from my live this morning. Um, I probably hit about 20 different watch lists this morning with the comments that I made, but I really don't give a shit. Because it's time somebody gets bold enough to say what needs to be said and don't care whose feelings they hurt. I told everybody this morning it was time we brought back three B's. Three B's: the belt, the Bible, and the belief in a justice system. I know it, brother. I know it. What can he say this time? Polly told me I could show you where on a doll. Come on, guys. Let's get a conversation going tonight, man. All I'm asking tonight, y'all just, say a prayer for the Kirk family and for the families that are affected and still living with the tragedy of 9/11. Keep them in your thoughts and prayers. No, they're not using their right to assembly. And they're going to use that. That's another one of the things that's fixing to happen. I'm going to go ahead and show y'all. These open air gatherings at colleges, they're going to use this as an excuse to do away with them because they don't want that on their colleges. They want to be able to program them students and get away with it. So they don't want people like the Charlie Kirks coming to their college campuses. They don't want the Ben Shapiros coming to their college campuses. So now they're going to label it a security risk, and that's going to be the common sense way to protect people. Watch what I'm telling you. It's already starting. The talk's already starting. Yep. And they can put me on a watch list. I don't care. Study long, study wrong. Watch me, not watching somebody else. Make me the bad guy. I don't mind. I've been the bad guy my whole life. Yes, he did. And I learned some more things that I didn't know. You know, he was wearing a plate, and it's been said that they thought dude was trying to do a headshot and missed and hit his throat. I had the unfortunate experience of watching the actual video somebody sent to me that literally shows the moment he took the bullet. I won't watch it again. No, Candy, that is not the answer. Because the genie's already been let out the bottle. Now it's time to get these firearms, train with them, and realize you're your first line of defense. It's up to you to protect your family. It's up to you to be having awareness of what's going on around you. It's up to us. Yeah, I watched it, and I won't watch it again. That's what they're saying. They found a 30-06, and then it had some engravings on the bullets or some shit like that. Hey, but the last one that had engravings on the bullets, they idolized him, Luigi Mangione. Yep, sure did. I think they said it was an old Mauser or something like that. I can't remember what. At least it wasn't an AR-15 this time. I thought for sure it would be one of the big scary black rifles. Yep, Candy. But you not stolen valor. Holy shit, 72 people in a live. Double tap them screen, guys. Let's get them likes up there. Let's get a conversation going. That's what I want. In the memory of Charlie Kirk, I want to have a conversation. I want to have a simple debate. If you don't agree, let's agree not to agree. Let's agree to disagree. Let's have a civil discourse. That's what he would do. Very rarely did you ever see that man come out of pocket. His job was to try to go and educate the youth. His job was actually to go places that most people wouldn't go and talk to people most people wouldn't talk to. They said that they were unreachable. But Charlie Kirk was changing the hearts and minds of a lot of people. And the only way they could stop him is what they done. But they didn't stop him. They martyred him. And by martyring him, there's going to be a ton more take his place. And there's going to be people use their voice and use their platforms and spread the word even faster and better than it was before. 98 folks in the room, guys. Whether you believe the word, whether you're a believer or not, whether you're a Mormon, whether you're a Christian, whether you're a Catholic, whether you're a Muslim, you know, we can all agree that we should be safe to, we have the right, so to speak, but we should be safe to go to our places of worship and worship, or to talk about our beliefs without somebody snatching our life from us. And it's time we do something about that. You got rhetoric on all sides, guys. You got it on the left, the extreme right. You've got people right now wanting to go get revenge. Well, I'm sorry, but evil begets more evil. Violence begets more violence. It's a never ending cycle. Where does it end? People don't talk anymore. People don't want to listen to the older people anymore. They don't want to pass down that knowledge. They think they know everything. They think they got the whole thing figured out. And they don't. MLK was killed for the same exact shit by the same type shithead loser. Predator, you're exactly right. MLK, JFK, Robert Kennedy Jr. Say the person they disagree with should have their life taken. Yep, yep. And it's on all sides, guys. It's not just on one side. It's on all sides. 100 folks in the chat, man. Y'all double tap them screens. Let's get them likes up there. Y'all consider looking at the content, subbing to the channel. Um, we're much more than just a gun channel. I'm a budget gun channel, but we're much more than that, man. We're a place to go if you need somebody to talk to. If you want to just kick it and cut up and have a good time. Usually we laugh, cut up. We have a good time with this, man. We check in on how your health's doing. If you're drinking plenty of water, if you're eating right, we ask you, how your mental state is. That's what this channel's all about, man. This thing is much more than just a gun channel. Tonight I just threw up a couple of things on the screen, man, because in the memory of what I was, or in the spirit of what I was going to be talking about, I didn't want to throw up sniper rifles. I didn't want to throw up, AR style weapons. I didn't want to throw up that kind of stuff. I wanted to have a talk about a voice that we lost. I wanted to have a talk about remembering 9/11 and where you were that day. And getting back to us being together again and being able to have a conversation and being able to agree on something. Let's start at something we can all agree on. We've got a lot of messed up shit and we got a lot of work and a long way to go before we could ever talk about make America great again. We got a long way to go. But was way too pissed, yeah. Yeah, I get it, Predator. 2-8 away, what's up, brother? And all y'all that I've missed the comments on. Didn't realize I had 124 people in here. I'm trying to catch up. Y'all bear with me. I do appreciate everybody who's stopping in. I appreciate everybody who's commenting. Man, y'all don't know how much y'all mean to me. I started this channel not to be popular, not to be famous. A lot of the regulars know I started this channel because I had 3 children placed in my home to raise. They're my grandchildren. And I was here 24/7 and couldn't leave the house since October 2nd last year. So I started this to have a way to reach out and talk to people. And maybe if my voice reaches one person and changes one life and keeps one youngster off the street or from going the route that I went as a young person, then I've done my job. Much like Charlie Kirk, he was trying to get out and talk to people and change the hearts and minds. You know, is J Dog still in here? J Dog, you see this shit, bro? 99 folks in the room, man. Y'all double tap them screens, sub to the channel. We got 12 likes. Let's get this up at least to 20, 30 likes. I know we can do it. I got faith in each and every one of y'all. Double tap that screen, light up that thumbs up button, and sit back, grab your favorite beverage, and let's have a good time tonight, man. Let's just talk. And respect to those who lost their lives in 9/11. People who are still suffering from the asbestos that was in the air or whatever it was, and victims of war and genocide. Hey, I'm not going to hate on that either. And so we're trying to pass it on. You can have as much fun without being. Yeah, you can. Told you to enlist in the Corps. Loving it. Let's have a discourse. Hey, this is an open channel, man. Talk about what you want. I mean, as long as you're not saying nothing harmful that's going to hurt the channel, by all means, guys, have a conversation. People are dying for that right now. They're literally wanting to have a conversation, but nobody wants to take that time to talk. Nobody wants to admit we got a problem and we need to fix it. And that's how we start. Hang on. Both sides have radicals. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Most definitely. Both sides have radicals. Both sides have people that are full of hate. Both sides have people who just will not compromise on nothing. I watched a thing in Congress. Somebody sent it to me to where they were trying to have a moment of silence and a prayer for the KIRK family, and the Democrats went to raising hell in the background, purposely making noise. That's disrespect. At the end of the day, the man lost his life. You can at least give him a moment of silence. And then you're going to have the ones who want to push agendas. I'm going ahead and telling y'all there's going to be more gun agendas going on. There's going to be the whole deal with stopping people from going to college and high school campuses because it's going to be called a security risk. There's going to be all kind of stuff comes out of this. You're going to have people going after the transgender, people. All this is fixing to start. Mental health needs to be something we prioritize. People talk about bring back mental asylums. Well, you can't do that until you clear them out of all the drug addicts because there's no bed for the people who are mentally insane. The drug addicts get to bed first. Do I support the L? What? I don't hate them. Do I support them? Mm, I feel everybody has the right to do what they do. Do I feel bad stuff should happen to them? Hell no. So many universities here down south. Yeah, LGHTTV. I used to tell people all the time, only one I have a problem with is the bisexuals. I think you should just pick a damn side, you're being greedy. And that's just joking, of course, but it's funny. Pick a side, you're being greedy. Reapers goes, people don't threaten. I don't know why they're trying to use this hate to start other problems. You know what? It's divide and conquer. That's always been a way. Art of War. That's one of the first things it teaches you. And all these politicians read the Art of War. That's one of the books every one of them read. Divide and conquer. You keep people uninformed, uneducated, and you can control the population. Sex was the best of both worlds. No, that's greedy, bruh. That's taking all the action. All in fun, guys. When I talk, man, I don't have no hate. I have zero hate for anybody. I have multicultural, multi-race family. Um, it's we have a little bit of everybody in our family. No hate for no group. That's why I don't understand. It's easy. A lot of this stuff we could do away with by just not talking about it. Look at how they done history. They started removing history and quit teaching certain things, and hardly nobody in this generation knows. How many of y'all think that George Washington was your first president? Something as simple as that, talking about history. How many people think George Washington was the first president? Oh, yeah, the elites want us divided. That's the whole thing, man. This world is for the elites. They tell you money, the love of money is the root of all evil, man. That's why all this was talked about. Control. It's about control. It's about controlling the minds and thought, the minds and hearts of people. predator. I knew what actual hermaphrodite brought as a trans person. Someone feel like they're different. That girl advocates for people. Oh, yeah, that's what trans means. Nope, it doesn't mean that. Um, Most hermaphrodites you'll find one organ works and the other doesn't. Um, my wife worked as a nurse in an operating room for years, and they dealt with two of them over the years. But then there's some things. No, I do not have a Glock 19. I have a PSA dagger lower, and I'm fixing to order a Stifler slide and make a 19 clone. I have a Glock 21, I have a Glock 43, and a Glock 43X. Yeah, and they also choose one sex over the other. John Hanson was the actual first president. Ooh, raising bullets. Come on with it. Look at raising bullets, the teacher's pet tonight. Yes, we had several presidents that only served 1 year until we came to George Washington. The 43X, my wife, I'd have to call her in here. She would probably give it a 10. Me, I still got the same bitch about it. The damn grip's too thick for me, so I'm gonna give it a 5. I like my Smith and Wessons. AB, most people in here can tell you I'm a Smith and Wesson person, man. I love my Shield Plus, um, my Shield 45. I don't know, Paul. They say he was a freeman. What was a freeman? But that's history that's not taught. Um, you've got a lot of history that has been deleted. You've got a lot of like what civics and social studies and things that aren't being taught anymore. Some of the basic things just aren't being taught anymore. Why? It's the dumbing down of our children. Take Tennessee, for instance. They just passed it. Thank God. They're going to teach firearm safety in school again. We had that when I was growing up. We had 4-H. We had boys and Boy Scouts and things like that. We had FFA, Future Farmers of America. All that stuff was taught in school. YouTube is a prime example of hiding history and suppressing free speech. And look what they're doing with the algorithms. Look what they're doing. Um, and people stay glued to it. Yep, I sure did, White Rambo. I said Tennessee, and that they had passed a law to where they're going to start teaching gun safety in schools. I think we all should follow that lead. It was removed by Republicans. I think it was removed by a little bit of everybody. I mean, I can go back to the 50s and the early 60s where the Democrats created the welfare system and the Section 8 system that has been one of the biggest traps that was ever created. You got generation after generation after generation that's stuck in this never ending cycle. And it was created that way on purpose with a quote that went along with it that I won't repeat. Guys, double tap them screens. Let's get it up to 20 likes if we can. I appreciate everybody who's engaging in the chat, having civil conversations. See, ain't nobody yelling at nobody, ain't nobody insulting anybody. We can do this, and if we can do this, why can't it be done on a bigger scale? Man, we go through thousands of people a week on these lives, and we have actual conversations, and we have a good time, and we cut up, and we joke, and we rag on each other, but we have fun doing so. And that's what it's all about. Enjoying every day because you're not promised tomorrow. I think sometimes we take stuff way too serious and way too damn personal. And we got to realize that none of them people up there making the decisions for us have our best interest. Ain't none of them going to come to your house, sit down at your table, and eat your food. They in it for their own selves, their own pockets, and their own families. Your Rockefellers still got their say. Your Carnegies, they still got their say. Your five main families still run shit. I think we elect people and they have good intentions, and then they get up there and they meet the people who really run shit, and they get told to sit down and shut up. If not, they get, well, what happened yesterday. Well, we made it a pretty good while with over 100-something people, and we dropped down. Now we're back up to 20. Guys, double tap them screens, man. Let's hit that like and subscribe button. Let's go check out the brothers commenting, J-Dog, and everybody who's commenting down there in the comment section. Let's continue to chat, man. Let's continue this Discord. Let's continue to have the conversation. And maybe someday somebody will pay attention and listen to one of us little nobodies, because my heading always is, I'm a nobody from a small town in South Georgia. What the hell do I have to say about anything? However, maybe somebody will hear it one day and make it their own idea, and they'll try it, and it'll actually work. Because until you get some normal people up there who knows what it's like to struggle, who knows what it's like to live our lives, you're not going to see the change. You're going to see a bunch of folks up there trying to make decisions off their own lifestyles with their own little gated communities and personal security teams and their safe havens that know nothing about what we deal with. And we need to learn to have longer memories when election time comes around. If they don't do what they say they're going to do, vote them out. Don't let them stay up there 100 years. Old decrepit ass corpses that they have to pry out of their seats. No. Everything else has term limits. Everything else has time limits. There's a retirement to everything else. Why are these judges getting to stay forever? Why are these, congressmen and, stuff like that getting to stay forever? Old senile bastards. I say we take J-Dog and Candy, make them president and vice president. See what difference we make in the country. Put Chanson in there as Secretary of Defense with his staccato. Y'all hold on a second. I gotta grab my thing out the refrigerator. Hold on. Don't go anywhere. Don't run off. Had to get my weekly dose of Ozempic. get my mitts. And 17 folks in the chat. Double tap the screen. Did the chat lock up again? Let me unlock the chat again. Hold on. Chat filter. Boom. Chat filter. Alright, chat should be reset now. Damn, I missed so many fucking comments. My chat locked up, guys. Hold on. Focus, my brother. What is up? Christian, what is up? JJ, what is up? Reagan was a hippie. God, dog, that's a long ass needle. And they want me to poke myself with that? Damn it, man. I'm watching, guys. I'm just trying to give myself my weekly shot. Yep, that's exactly what we're saying, Dickie. We're saying R.I.P. to Charlie Kirk. We're saying R.I.P. to the folks who gave their life on 9/11. Nobody should ever lose their life for speaking their opinion. Godfather, what's up? Tactical Llama, what's up, my 2A people? That's right, guys. Now more than ever, our 2A people. Stay strapped. Keep one in the tube. Keep your head on a swivel and always know your surroundings. The genie's been let out of the bottle, folks. It ain't going back in. Yeah. R.I.P. to Charlie and 9/11 victims and others. You know, the young lady on the train who lost her life. The students that's lost their lives. All for agendas. All for evil. I don't know, Godfather. Yep. Focus, you know it. You know, R.I.P. to all the ones who's lost their life to foolishness. Keep their names alive. I was a big one on that right here in my hometown. We're the hometown of Ahmaud, the young man that went for a jog and ended up during the George Floyd time ended up being another statistic. All he done was go out for a jog. I don't think you're gonna get that list, bro. I don't think that list is gonna come. And I think some of the ones who originally promised it, I'm not mad at them. And the reason why I say that, I think they had good intentions. And then once again, what I said earlier, the ones who's really in charge stepped up and said, you know what, you better forget about that. Yeah, they chased him down. They hit him with the truck. That was my nephew, man. Ahmad was my nephew. They chased him down. Well, a lot of what wasn't told, they hit him with the truck 3 times. If anybody that day had a stand your ground, it would have been Ahmad. When he ran after the son who had the shotgun and he went to punching him, he was fighting for his life. He'd done been run over 3 times. Yep. The list of broken motherfucking records and broken motherfucking promises. Oh yeah, Godfather. I'm gonna say that. I'll say that 100%. Because now, understand this, and I've watched plenty of police shows, and what do you always hear them say? If you can talk, you can breathe. And while he was laying on that ground talking, that's how they're trained. If you could talk, you can breathe. Now, I'm not beating up LEOs. I'm just saying, you know, hey, maybe your training was wrong. There's a such thing as getting too upset and putting yourself in cardiac arrest. Go into a panic attack. I have panic attacks. They're a very real thing. When you go into a severe panic attack, your breathing, it gets harder to breathe. It feels, the best way I can describe a true panic attack is like somebody sitting on your chest and they got both hands around your throat and they're slowly squeezing until you start seeing the little white spots in your eyes. That's what a true panic attack feels like. So it's a very real thing. And that's what I'm saying. We've had a lot of messed up things go on in America. Go back to your Rodney King. Go back to your, even farther than that. I mean, we've had a lot of foul stuff. That's why nobody has faith in the justice system. That's why I say we need to bring back the Bible, the belt, and the faith and the belief in the justice system. And to do that, a lot of changes got to be made. A lot of reforms have got to happen. That's not going to happen as long as you got the people you got there now. I don't care if it's about the ones on the right. I don't care about the ones on the left. To me, they're all crooks. And that's just how I feel. I feel less government is better. I feel that the power should go back to where it was supposed to be in the hands of the American people. That Constitution we read all the time, the amendments we read all the time, the founding fathers had enough sense to know to give us a Second Amendment to protect the rights. They had enough to say, hey, we know the government can be corrupt, so we're going to block the illegal search and seizures, and we're also going to have your trials to where you're tried by regular people because we know that the DAs and the prosecutors and all these people are corrupt and the judges, so we're going to put your fate in the hands of people just like you. Well, the Bible is all in our Constitution and our government, bro. One nation under God. I mean, it's there. We've tried taking it away, and look where we are now. Why not try putting it back and see if it's any different? I mean, it's worth a try. We need psych evals. Yep. They get away with calling it a jury of your peers. Well, to be fair, it kind of is. I mean, kind of isn't, but it kind of is. I mean, you do get to pick a few of them, but eh, I've had some people walk with a good jury. I've had two friends doing 2 life plus 45 for making one mistake. Tiki, I'm not going to argue that, bro. You're right. A lot of people, I tell people all the time, a Bible in the wrong hand can be just as dangerous or more than what you see sitting on this table. In the wrong hands, taught the wrong way, programmed, used as the boogeyman, um, is a control tactic used the wrong way. Just like the Quran, just like any other religion, handled the wrong way is a very dangerous thing. That's why I say we have the freedom to choose what we believe. That's your right. But if you take every one of them books and you read them and you take parts out of them, all of them have some good things to them. Don't kill one another. Don't steal from one another. Don't, in other words, be a better person. Try every day to be a better person than you were yesterday. And that's where I'm coming at it with. Don't be selfish. Don't be gluttonous. Don't have your feet quick to run to mischief. Don't have hands that are quick to shed innocent blood. All these are core values that should be installed in each and every one of us, and it isn't anymore. I'm going to eat a hot dog with butter. Also, shouldn't be able to move to a different place to be a cop if you're fired. That's a big one. They talk about registries for us. There should be a registry for that And we have that problem here in our city. Um, Bad. They'll leave bigger cities where they have a whole damn book of shit they've done wrong, and they'll come right here, get a job immediately, and before you know it, they done hurt somebody, went off chain on somebody, or whatever. We have a lot of that goes on here. What is up, Wick? What is up, Focus? I appreciate everybody though who has come in and commented and dropped comments and dropped likes, and sub to the channels and checked out the brothers like Focus, Paul Wick, Chanson. Chanson's another great one to go check out, guys. Godfather, J Dog, all these guys, man, a great group of guys. Like I said, these were more than just gun channels, man. These were places to come hang out. You could talk smack, laugh. I see 3PO. He's on. Symbol, what's good, bruh? I'm still on. I'm still talking about what I was this morning. Symbol, you were here this morning when I went on the epic rant, bro. I'm still on it. Blow the you talking about the turkey call? Nah, my grandbaby's asleep right beside me, and my dog's asleep. If I blew it now, I'd have I'd have hell to pay. Yeah, you got to stay ready nowadays, man. You gotta. The genie's out the bottle. You're not gonna take it back. Now the best thing you can do is train, stay focused everywhere you go. Make sure you're aware of your situation at all times. You know, train, train, and train. You never know when you may have to have it, and it is a perishable skill. Pandora's box is wide the fuck open. You are right, Godfather. And you're not shutting it. It's open. It's here. There's people walking around that rather snatch your soul from this planet than to talk to you. I showed my wife the video. She was like, "Yeah, I actually watched the whole video. I wish I wouldn't have, but I did." He was literally in the middle of talking. Man, it's just, very few things leave me speechless, but that did. All for what? What did they accomplish? Hang on, y'all keep talking. I'll be right back. I gotta grab something. But I have seen some hateful ass comments today in different chats, and I don't understand it, man. I can't argue with that either. About it being planned, part of an agenda. I'm glad his views on Israel were becoming negative. Their violence should be. And see, that's just it. His views changed by what? Why did his views change? By having conversations, by being willing to debate and talk to anybody. Yes, Simba, I get it, bro. I had class all day, so I haven't really watched any more news. I really don't know if there's any updates. Last I heard, they may have a person of interest. They did find a rifle. It had some kind of writings on the ammo. Um, they got possibly a still picture of what the person looks like, but I don't know anything else. Or they got who they want you to think it is. Is that the kids or which one are you talking about? IC3PO. Yeah, at this point we have to ask which one. It's sad we got to ask that. Yeah, yeah. I heard we had what was it, 3 children, and I do believe that Godfather. If you're celebrating somebody's death, you're pure freaking evil. Because, like I said at the beginning, at the very least, a wife lost her husband and a child lost her father. And if you watch that last Fox video at the end, and you saw his daughter running into his arms and the smiles on her face and his face, and then to celebrate the fact that that life was snuffed out, that that kid was there and had to watch that and will forever live with that image. Guys, I know what that feels like. I had to defend a 4-year old from laying on the ground against somebody with a gun. And I know everything I'd done that day was right, but every morning I wake up and I see that face still to this day. And I ask, was there anything I could have done? I don't see how any human could purposely, without any reason, take another life. I don't see it. I don't see it. There was a private that took off dirty after the shot, and the jet turned off his tracker. Huh. I haven't heard that one, Reaper. I wouldn't doubt it. Oh, I'm sure they still see it, bro. I'm sure they still see it 2 8 away. But that go back to history, and they say that us that don't learn from history, we're doomed to repeat it. If you think Sirhan acted alone, if you think James Earl Ray acted alone, I'm telling you, it happens. Operatives are out there. I truly believe people can be programmed and done a certain way and maybe not even remember that they're the ones who done it. Of course they had help, all to push an agenda. Okay, we somebody brought up MLK earlier and John F. Kennedy and Robert Kennedy. Look what happened in their assassinations. In the aftermath of their assassinations, what happened? Felons lost their rights to own firearms. So it was firearms pushed agendas. What's happening with all these shootings today? They're trying to pass more and more firearms agendas. Yeah, they called it an older Mauser 30-06 bolt action. And you're right, Godfather. Um, MK Ultra was a very real thing. And now they're trying to say 200 yards is an extremely long shot. The fuck it is. With the right scope, I can do that with my 22. And with that 270, I could do that quite easily. No, no, no. They're really saying it was an old Mauser 30-06 is what they're trying to say. Um, I'm surprised they didn't say AR or AK or one of the big scary black rifles. The assault kind. Right. You can damn near do that with pretty often with a 1911. I can't, but somebody who has better eyes than me probably could. Hell, nowadays I'm doing good at 50 yards. But look, man, it even goes back to the healthcare CEO. Okay, I don't like healthcare no more than anybody else. But they literally celebrated Luigi Mangione for what he done. They celebrated him. You don't think copycats are going to come along and engrave stuff in their bullets and do stupid shit when they know that half society's going to support them? We're rewarding evil and punishing good. But as I watched different channels talk today, a lot of channels had to really be careful what they said because, you know, they're monetized. YouTube will hit them a lot harder than they'll hit me. So I've got a little bit more leadway. Plus, I really don't give a shit. If they took me off tomorrow, I've done my job. You know, if they took me off tomorrow, no biggie. I'm retired. I've made my money. I don't do this for money. I don't do this for fame and clout. I do this because I enjoy talking to you guys. And each and every one of y'all make my day. And I tell y'all that all the time. And you really do. I look forward to being able to get online, doom scroll, find y'all's live streams, talk shit on mine, jump on somebody else's. Just gives me something to do. I don't give a damn if I ever make a dime off YouTube. I promise you, I've made a lot more on my own. And I've never been one to kiss a lot of ass and jump through hoops, so I may not ever make it on YouTube, other than where I am now. But that's okay too. I'm happy with that. Yeah, yeah, exactly. Hey, here's one. The lawmakers, what state was that? Minnesota, wherever it was. That was a weird ass story. The guy killed the one, went to the other house. The police went to the first house and automatically knew to go to the other house. How the hell did they do that? How did they just happen to know, hey, let's go check on this other person? The guy in Atlanta who opened fire on the building, on the CDC. Ain't heard nothing else about him either. The Hinesville shooter, the Fort Stewart shooter. Not heard a whole lot more about him either. No updates. Right. Imagine that. Only certain ones gain traction. Why is that? Candy. That man had a whole arsenal and fired all them shots and ain't hit nothing. But what, one police officer? Two police officers? Nine folks in the chat, 23 likes. I think we've had a pretty good live, J Dog. We got up, I think, 140 is what were at one point. And we over an hour. And it's getting to be about my time to call it a wrap, fellas. It has been a lot of fun. I have enjoyed myself. And if anybody else is live, J Dog, you cooked that food yet? 146. Holy shit. And then we ain't even started discussing the whole Russia and Poland thing. That Brookside, what's up, brother? Because that shit's about to pop off too. And China and North Korea. Which aliens thing are you talking about, Godfather? Because we happen to know a video to where we actually saw a UFO, and wherever it was, the military swarmed the boat. Paul Wick said he going live in an hour. Oh, bet your ass there's stuff out there that they ain't gonna tell us about. But hell, we can't handle the little things. So in that case, I really don't blame them on some of the stuff they don't tell us. If we go crazy over the little shit, what would we do if we found out that stuff like that was really flying around? A Hellfire missile hit it and it kept flying. I can believe it. They got the technology to be able to exist up underneath the ocean. Ain't no telling what kind of stuff they got that our little puny pew-pews can't handle. It could. It could. Y'all send me that on Insta. I want to see that if you got it. Hellfire missiles, you okay? Or yeah, okay? You know. But nah, they'll never tell us everything, man, on anything. Hell, we expected the people who still can't find Hoffa to give us answers. They still tell us wasn't nobody on the grassy knoll. Yep, unfortunately. J-Dog said he seen Yeti and Bigfoot. He went and chilled with them this past weekend. Reaper, they didn't. They released a bunch of redacted information, man. They released what they wanted to release. But anyway, guys, I'm fixing to hop off. I'll catch y'all in just a little bit. Y'all stay strapped, stay safe, keep one in the tube, be blessed. Love you guys. See you in a little bit.